Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Okay, friends, today again we'll have some general topic. Of course, all related to the same self-knowledge, absolute knowledge. The other day, I was reading a little magazine. There was a very simple, beautiful story. Not a storyline, just a very witty conversation. There was a rich man in a village, or call it a city. He had organized a big party. So many people are coming there. When one gentleman walks into the house, the host greets him. "I'm so happy you came. You are a great photographer. You take such wonderful photos." And the man, of course, very humbly, "Yeah, that's right." Then the host said, "You must have got a really wonderful camera, the best camera in the world." The man again smiled. Then the lunch started, and for 2-3 hours after the lunch is over, everybody is taking leave of the host. So this photographer gentleman also goes to the host to take leave of him and says, "Sir, your lunch spread was superb, very delicious." The person smiled. Then the photographer said, "You must have some best stove. Think of it. You must have the best stove." And of course walked out. Think of it, friends. Photograph, the camera is needed for photography, but the eyes behind the camera are more important than the camera itself. Eyes are also very much needed, but the mind behind that eye is very important. The thoughts are very much needed, but you behind the thought, extremely important. You understand that point, please? This truth is something so simple and so beautiful. Please don't unnecessarily break your head over complicated logic, discussions, philosophization. Today we see it more and more. More educated people are, they make the subject more and more complicated. The dexterity, expertise, greatness of a person lies in how to make things simple, not complicated. And especially this truth, the truth is already simple. Who you are is absolutely simple. Understand? Who you are is absolutely simple. I cannot overemphasize it. It is absolutely simple. What you have is very complicated. Think. How many things you have? Or how many things you can have? Both ways. How many things you have? Your mind may not expand that much. But you think how many things you can have. You can have not only the house, but the whole country. You can have the whole planet. the galaxies. Think. You can have billions and trillions, infinite things, but who you are? Getting that point? Who you are is absolutely simple, uncomplicated. Why the life becomes complicated? Because when you want to take yourself through what you have, you get complicated. So you want to look at yourself through things that you have, you become complicated. You look at yourself through your riches, sometimes rich, sometimes poor, middle class, lower middle class, very rich. You understand the shades? If you look at yourself through your physical body, child, young, adult, very young, very, early adult, then grown up, old, dying, healthy, fat, lean, sick, today blind, tomorrow deaf, every part. If you have to look at yourself through the roles that you have, today you are a son, tomorrow a husband, tomorrow wife, a daughter, father, mother, how many identities? Educated, uneducated, very highly educated, no education, simple graduate, simple matriculate, postgraduate, never ending. Tired of all these secular identities, you move into religion. This faith, this practice, that practice. Today I am doing this asana, tomorrow that asana, this pranayama, tomorrow that pranayama, this yoga, this austerity, that austerity, this fasting, that indulging. Are you seeing that point, please? How many? And thoughts. How many thoughts you have? How many memories? Either of the way it happens. The moment you step into what all you have, to identify with what you have, to be who you are lost in the stream. You forget yourself, you are lost in what you have. Are you getting that point, please? It's so simple. Please think of it. It's so simple. You completely lose yourself. To have something, you must be. Are you getting that point, please? Just simple logic. To have something, you must be. But to be, what should you have? Suppose I ask you, please tell me, what are you thinking at this moment? What will you do? You may close your eyes, you may not close your eyes, but you are waiting for a thought to come. Because a thought you have, you are waiting for a thought to come. But are you waiting to be who you are? Are you getting it? First, you already are consciousness. What you have comes later. You are and you have a thought. There is no thought, still you are. Right or wrong? Are you getting that point? You please see that very clearly. But what happens is, in the world around, when this knowledge is so rare, understand? And in the world around, this knowledge is so rare. Not only I look at myself through what I have, but also I cannot escape looking at people through what they have. Please tell me, it's very important, friends. The moment you wake up, do you remember who you are? Or you jump into what things that you have? Because when you go to sleep, listen carefully, when you go to sleep, both idea, who you are or what you have, both are gone into potential state. Neither you are aware, naham janami, nakinchit janami. This is your experience in deep sleep. Naham janami, nakinchit janami. Neither I know myself, nor I know anything else. Neither I know who I am, nor I know what I have. The sense of I am, I have, completely gone. Deep sleep. That is why like a seed state, bija avastha, like a seed state. The beauty and grandeur of this knowledge is, in our tradition, it takes into account our own experience. That is why do not, for God's sake, for your sake, do not look for an experience to be yourself. To be yourself, what experience you shall look for? Listen carefully. To see a sunrise, you must look for an experience. The eyes must see the sunrise, right? To listen to music, you must look for an experience. The sound of music and your ears must come together. Understand? Seeing is an experience. Because with your eyes you shall see. Are you getting that point? With your ears you hear. Seeing is an experience at the level of your eyes. Listening is an experience at the level of your ears. Are you getting that point? Listen. Experience is common. Experiencing is common. Do you see? Yes, you are experiencing the paperweight. Do you hear? You are experiencing the sound. Now, just make it still very simple and subtle. Do you see this? Of course you shall say yes, you are experiencing this. Now suppose I take it away. Are you experiencing or not? You are experiencing, but you are not experiencing the paperweight. Are you getting that point? But usually in a hurry, if you say, do you experience this paperweight? Yes. Are you experiencing? If I say, are you experiencing? Immediately think, maybe I am asking, are you experiencing the paperweight? No, I am asking you, are you experiencing? It takes little sharper mind, little subtlety, because as they say, out of box thinking, because the moment you change the question, the person is confused. Other day somebody sent me a very nice joke. They say it was in that SAT and all the GMAT and all that stuff or some examination in this, just put it that way just to highlight the importance of it, but a simple joke. A person write, can you spell the word cow, C-O-W, can you spell the word cow in 13 letters? How do you spell the word cow? How do you spell the word cow? C-O-W, 3 letters. He said, can you spell it in 13 letters? So they say, the linguist broke his head and said, it's a nonsense, this is rubbish. The average student frustrated. The very intelligent man, a scientist, said this is irrational. Everybody says like that. But one idiot, he sort of spelled it in as many words. C-O-W. So S-E-E-O for double D-O-U-B-L-E U. So 13 letters. So C-O-W could be spelled in 13 letters. Could you do it? You are PhD, linguist, professor. Habit, you understand? The possibilities we refuse to see. More and more I see this, my head crumbles, you know that. Because it is so simple. Your being yourself is simplest. Take that word experience. Because we make such a huge deal out of the experience, especially divine experience, spiritual experience, religious experience. If ordinary experience is so difficult to get, religious experience only one among the millions and billions. Understand, friends? The so-called experience of yourself being who you are is absolutely ordinary, commonplace, immediate, inescapable. Sense experience is very difficult. Suppose you have to see the Amazon, the biggest fall that is Iguazu, whatever is in Brazil. How many people can see? There will be billions who will die without looking at it, right? How many people can go to Taj Mahal, Everest, any part of the Sahara Desert, my village, just any place? Think. Experiencing an object is very difficult, very rare. But experiencing, do you understand? Do you really understand? Experiencing is continuous. Are you getting that point? Experiencing is continuous. Like seeing is continuous. But seeing a mango tree is not continuous. Seeing a sunrise is not continuous, cannot be continuous. Seeing a sunset, seeing a star, seeing your husband, seeing your wife, seeing your... Mahadeva. Seeing an object is very, very difficult. But seeing, listening to a sound is rare. The sound may or may not be there, but listening. Now seeing is an experiencing. Listening is an experiencing. Are you getting that point? What does it mean? Are you seeing? Yes. So you are experiencing seeing at the level of your eyes. Now suppose you are listening to music, you are experiencing listening. When you are experiencing listening, you are not necessarily experiencing the seeing. Are you getting that point? You can close your eyes and listen to the music. Wow, it's beautiful. You are experiencing. You need not listen to a sound, but you can watch the sunrise. Experience. You shift from sense organ to sense organ. Perceptions can vary, come to an end. But experiencing is what? Being conscious at the level of your eyes. Listening means being conscious at the level of your ear. Tasting means being conscious at the level of your tongue. Are you getting that point? If sense organs are not, you are no more using them, just to be conscious, just to experience how difficult it is. Absolutely easy, commonplace. Even, listen please, experiencing a thought. Experiencing a thought is not a sense experience. Are you getting that point? Experiencing a thought is not a sense experience. Do you see your thought? Do you listen to your thought? Taste your thought? Touch your thought? Smell your thought? It's not a physical activity. Are you experiencing or not? Yes. Suppose thoughts are not there. Are you experiencing or not? Conscious, being yourself. Do you understand? How simple, how beautiful. Please, don't be in a hurry. Just slow down. Be restful. For a sense experience, you have to do a lot of work. You have to see sunrise, sunset, you have to go to a point. You have to listen to music or any sound, thousands of miles you may have to travel. You have to taste a food, wait for the season, wait for the availability. Smell a flower, wait for it. Touch something or somebody, oof, you have to wait. Sense experiences are very difficult, very rare. Sensing or experiencing a particular sound, a particular taste, particular touch, particular taste, very, very difficult. So people, by habit, extend the logic. If watching a sunrise is so difficult, which makes me a little happy, to be always happy, oh God, how many things you have to do. Only rare people can be absolutely happy. No. Your being with yourself, your meditation, your experience, your happiness, name whatever you like, instantaneous, immediate, inescapable. But touching something, not always available. Tasting something, not always available. Listening something, smelling something, seeing something, not always available. What makes you miserable in life? Think for yourself. What makes you miserable in life? My father is not here. My mother is not here. My husband is not here. My wife is not here. This food is not here. This perfume is not here. This music is not here. This sight is not here. You understand? What makes you miserable? Or, I don't like the person, that person is here. I don't like the rain, it is raining. I don't like this food, that food is on the table. They are completely at the level of the senses and the object. And it's difficult, either of the way, either to get it or to get rid of it. You can't create the rain at your will. You are waiting for it longest time, miserable. It comes and never goes, miserable. Nor can you stop the rain at will. People also like that. You can't get them at will, nor you can get rid of them at will. No, do you understand? This is simple. Why? Everybody is so tired, including people who are listening to the Vedanta and Upanishads. Please, friends, see these things very, very clearly. Make your life absolutely fantastic, because it is effortlessly fantastic. Happiness is effortless. Being yourself is effortless. Immortality, effortless. Maintaining the body, full of effort, difficult. Difficult to maintain a body. Difficult to maintain mortality. Getting an object of happiness is difficult. Being happy is easy. Object of love, ayyo, very, very difficult. Love. You understand? Tattva classes you remember. What is happiness? Yourself. Any object of love is source of happiness. If ultimately you love yourself, you must be source of happiness. Since you are the happiness, you can't escape loving yourself. Effortless. But average person's misery comes from what? This person is not there, that music is not there, that food is not there, or what I don't want, that is there. You are missing an experience or craving for an experience, or tired of an experience, miserable. Now physically, if you look at the body and the whole universe in its own place, your thoughts is not a sense experience. Are you getting that point? Your thought is not a sense experience. To see your thought, will you wait for a sunrise or a sunset? Spring or autumn? India or Amazon? Which place you should wait for? What time you should wait for? Which season you should wait for? What conditions you must wait for? Physical. No physical conditions. Thoughts. You are experiencing. Are you experiencing or not? Experiencing means what? That time experiencing the thought means what? You are conscious of the thought. Are you getting that point? Experiencing the thought. You are conscious of the thought. First you must be conscious before you are conscious of something. Are you getting that? Like, first you must see with your eyes before you see an object. Seeing happens before an object is seen. Is it difficult? Are you getting that? Because the moment you listen to this language, it sounds abstract, sounds philosophical, sounds complicated, because we have never given thought over it. We have complicated our life already. Seeing is not enough, seeing an object only. If the object is taken away, your world collapses. You are watching a movie, electricity fails. You want to shoot down the entire electricity department. Just imagine. What people do? You saw going to extreme crimes or ordinary ones. Think of it. That poor thing, that 3 days back that incident happened, 7 days back it happened in Madras. This boy is like a moron, sort of poor thing from a village. And suddenly see, he is by himself infatuated. Infatuation means what? It's like an obsession. The girl doesn't know you, but you are already deep in love. Now what is that? But more people are like that. Most people are like that. The object is in the shop. You are totally lost in your house. That is the thing I saw there. I want it. That music I heard there, I must have that cassette. The food I saw there. Mahadeva, Mahadeva. Think of the average person. Who teaches us all this? Does anybody in the school teach us these things? Does anybody at home teach us these things? The so-called religions, do they teach us these things? If the secular world makes us obsessed about a car, a house, money, things, the religious world makes us obsessed with a god or a practice, a ritual, stand this way, stand on your head, stand on your toe, breathe this way, breathe that way, don't eat this, don't talk to this, talk to this. Practice, 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 action, experience. So everybody is looking for an experience. So, just like the spiritual, the so-called secular tourism entertainers, it has become religious tourism. In our place, if you come there in midnight meditation, everything silence, violin, play. And you touch each other, hug each other, do something somehow. Specialized experiences. Should you worry about that? To be yourself. It's very important. Just think of that story. So nice. The person goes to the dinner and the host greets him. Sir, I have seen your photography. It's so fantastic. The man humbly smiles. And then what the person says? You must have had a fantastic camera. Meaning, you are nobody, your camera is good. The person enjoys the lunch. While leaving, talks to the host. Your food was excellent, sir. Yes, the stove in your house must be great. Don't stop there. Please don't stop. Oh, you have a beautiful house. The man has a lot of money. Really? So money can build a house? Or the thoughts, the planning, the person behind? Oh, you are singing so well. You have a nice throat, nice voice. So everybody has a good voice, they can sing. Oh, you are so beautiful, so you are dancing nicely. So just because you are dancing, you are beautiful. Oh, you could reach this place safely because you have the best car. Really? The best car, every day everybody is killing. Nowadays in India, I see every day in the newspaper, one Mercedes, one BMW, one Audi, one Lamborghini, killing people, the idiots cannot control it, but they have got all the money in the world to have that fancy, powerful car. Last night one girl, 17, some 20, 21-year-old girl with a BMW, an Audi, 3 of them killed one fellow at 4 o'clock in the night. Think for yourself. Around the world, it's not here. oh, these people are killed because, AK-47. So the weapons kill people, huh? In Bangladesh now, pathetic. All over the world. Mahadeva, when you think of these things, please friends, I say, please. The world is already so miserable. Don't add to the misery of the world. Understand yourself. Understand. People are so busy trying to change everybody else. You don't contribute to my thinking, my feeling, I'll destroy you. I'll kill you. I'll remove you from this earth. Or I'll destroy you. Destroy your image, destroy you, because you don't subscribe to what I say. Do you understand? Who you are is more important than what you say, what you do, what you think. Tell me right or wrong. But very difficult to accept for people because we have been brainwashed to believe that what you say is more important than who you are. Yes, sir, what you say is important, but who you are is more important, right or wrong? And when I say, who are you, who you are, I'm not talking about a relative role. I'm talking about the absolute. Who you are means, listen carefully, with who you are, thousands of rules are there. Those rules you have. Who you are is more important than what all things you have. Right or wrong? Very difficult to convince people because we look at each other through things that we have. So rich is rich man, so they are a club. If you don't have, you cannot get in there, so they are very important. Millionaires club, youth club, old man is not allowed. Pensioners club, others are not allowed. Engineers club, others are not allowed. Understand? Why don't you make a happiness club? The universe is allowed, everybody is allowed. In the happiness club, who should be there? Everybody. But who you are is more important, what you have is more important than who you are. So if you are looking at yourself that I am a religious person because I hold my nose, or because I do this puja, rest of the world is irreligious, unholy. If they don't do what we ask them to do, we kill them. Fundamentalist. When thus you are obsessed with the group identifications, thought identifications, faith identifications, action identifications, word identifications, oh God, how are you going to get out? Please. It's almost like a huge obsessive delusion. To lose yourself in a role is a huge delusion. And if the role is powerful, oh boy, you can't get out of it. It's like caste delusion, caste orientation. Caste, what is this? Even man, woman, gender obsessions. I'm a man, therefore I'm macho, I'm hero. I'm a woman, or a woman also very proud, the man also very weak. This is silly. I'm educated. I'm uneducated. Or sometimes uneducated person can also be such timid, so arrogant. Arrogance is not special privilege of ordinary people or the extraordinary sort of achievers. Arrogance can come to anybody. Incorrect. Having things is one thing. To be lost in things is quite another. Very nicely somebody, beautiful experience, statement. The ship is floating in water. The ship is floating in water. But the water goes into the ship. What happens? The ship sinks. You can float on this, the money, the wealth, the position, the roles, but if that gets into you, you drown. To take myself to be rich is taking the riches into me. To consider myself poor, young, old, any identity, religious, irreligious, holy, unholy, completely drowns. They say, the iron rod, the iron is very strong, but its own rust destroys it. The iron is very strong. Iron rod is very strong. But what can destroy it? The rust from it. Nobody can destroy you unless you get rusted. You create your own rust. These are the rust. What is that? I take myself to be what I have. So when you go to school, college, universities, the society, helps us with good intention to identify with things you are picking up, things that you have. You are a PhD. You picked up a role, graduate, postgraduate, engineer, doctor, chartered accountant, musician, dancer, painter, artist, athlete, movie person. The roles they are giving us. Listen carefully. In the beginning, as a child, you have no sense of any role whatsoever, nor you have a sense of your being. Are you getting that point? As a child, we neither have a sense of being myself, nor I have a sense of a role. Both extremes meet. I have no sense of a role and no sense of a being. Same. Very restful, innocent. From no role, from the bliss of no role, we got into the world of roles. As a child, you don't know anything. You are moving with everybody. Then you are told you are the prince. You are the rich man's son. Yes. You are the poor man's son. You are the touchable. You are the untouchable. You are a man, boy. Behave like a man. You are a girl. Don't do this. Roles begin. Educated, uneducated. From the apparent bliss of no role, you are moving into the realm of roles. It is suffocating. So naturally, everybody wants to go back to the childhood where there was no role. But you cannot go back, reverse. You cannot revert. There the need is go beyond the roles as to who you are. It's like you begin with not unhappy. Remember those classes? You begin with, as a child you are not unhappy. Child is not happy. Child is not unhappy. Growing up means being unhappy. So you want to become like a child, you cannot come back. Discover positively who you are, the happiness itself. Is not, you don't alternate between not unhappy, unhappy, not unhappy, unhappy. Those are all thought levels. But absolute happiness, yourself. Same way, love. As a child, you begin with no hatred. There is no love. As a child, you begin with no hatred. Then you go into hatred, limitations. Positively, like no like, no dislike, no like. Then you get into like and dislike. From no hatred, you go into hatred. Loving does not mean no hatred. Loving means love, being yourself, happiness. That is the tattva, the classes, okay? Think of it. Being yourself. No role and yourself. Same logic. We begin with no role. Seems very blissful. Then pick up the role, burden. So you have to get rid of the burden. You can't. Because now the ahankar has come up, I thought. So when you understand about yourself, who you are, so these are the rusts as though destroys you. This is the water which goes into the ship. It drowns you. So positively, you think of that. Is it because of the camera the photograph is taken? Is it because of the stove the cooking is made? The food is made? Somebody cooks. Any fire can cook it if you are a good cook. Hospitals do not make a curing, doctors make it. If the doctors are smart, even in a forest and a makeshift operation theatre, the fellow can cure you. If the surgeon is stupid, in the most sophisticated appointed hospital, you are dead. The fellow doesn't know how to operate. Shall I say you are a very nice person because you are so beautiful or so handsome? Understand? Your being who you are doesn't depend upon what you are. This understanding of yourself being who you are, when you know yourself as who you are, gives you absolute confidence. Like last class we saw that, a little more of that. Absolute confidence. Because your confidence, it is known as the self-confidence. Confidence born of your being who you are. And no more you are confident because of the things that you have. Are you getting that? Every other thing is a false confidence. Understand? When a person is very confident, I am rich, very confident. But that's not the confidence of the person, that's the confidence of the riches. Riches go away, the fellow will be moving like a dead rat. Weakened. Position is there, oh, nobody looks at him. Eh? The position is gone, the fellow hides. That's not confidence. That is false confidence. Because it comes from your false identity. Who are you? Listen carefully. Who are you? Think. Who are you? You don't have to answer. Because you have been listening to them. Very nice, please understand. Who are you? What your mind should answer? Listen carefully. Who are you? If you really know the answer, no thought. Because every thought you have. Are you getting that point? Who are you? Ishvara, Ishvara. Imagine, everybody is aware of it. Will you hurt somebody even with a word? What to talk of? When you see people killing each other in the name of a God, religion, thought, belief, money, land, house, killing, destroying. Who does it? The person is so destroyed, devastated, panic-stricken, miserable, self-persecuting, inside. Unless you are terribly suffering inside, miserable, pained, distressed, devastated and destroyed, you cannot hurt anybody. You cannot. For me, to hurt somebody, I must feel hurt to hurt you. I don't feel hurt. How am I going to hurt you? When do you say, I don't believe in God? You have stopped believing in yourself. Because it hurts me. My mother is gone. I prayed God, but he didn't come. So, I don't believe in God. Recently, some people went and broke one statue of Hanuman in a temple. It came in the newspaper, no? Because he had gone there to pray for the curing of his mother. And the mother was not cured. So the fellow is a real, bhavan thing. So he must have taken it too seriously. So he goes and breaks that idol. The idol doesn't listen, so why keep it? True. So whom is he really destroying? His own faith, no. The idol didn't say, I am God. Did the idol say? You believed this is going to cure me. Now your belief says now it did not cure you. So what do you say? Now since you don't believe in that anymore, so why should it be there? Remove it. Expiration comes from within. Suppose you are always happy with yourself, whom shall you hurt? Whole throughout the life we are picking only false confidence. Because false identity. Who are you? PhD, false identity. Who are you? Engineer, doctor, rich, poor. So anybody touches that, you really panicked. When somebody, yesterday one youngster was asking me, Swamiji, if somebody says I'm fat, don't you think it's very insulting, it's very humiliating? I said, why is it insulting? He says, I'm fat. I said, who is fat? You are fat or the body is fat? She came to listen to a few classes, therefore I could give him the directly. I said, you are fat or you have a body which is fat. Do you have a body or you are a body? The person who has listened to you can talk to him, you can't talk to the people. Because people use the language, but they don't see it. Every language, Mera tabiyat theek nahi hai, in Hindi. What is the translation? Mera tabiyat theek nahi hai. My body is not good. Enaka odambu sariya illai. My body is not. What do you say? You say my body, but you take it as me. How? My stomach is upset. Yeah, my stomach is upset. Why are you upset? My stomach is upset. Why am I upset? My body is not well. Take care of the body. Confucius, that Chinese philosopher, it's a very beautiful statement. When somebody says, I hear, I forget. I see, I remember. I do, I understand. Take these three statements. It's an amazing statement. I hear, I forget. Right or wrong? How many things you listen to life? Everything is forgotten. You hear about suppose Himalayas, mountains, and how many times you remember it? Many things you hear, you forget. Many places you have heard about. Russia, Siberia, Amazon, Alaska, Great Reef Barrier. How many times you remember? Forgotten. How many of us remember the history and geography, all that we studied in our school? Teachers told all these things. How many times you remember? Wow. But suppose you see one place, you go to Himalayas and see the Ganges, you will remember. If you see, you remember. Listen carefully. Or take an example in different way, where all things are there. You hear about a radio, you may forget it. If you see it, you remember it. Now if you dismantle it and reassemble it, you understand it. When I do, I understand. When I hear, I forget. I see, I remember. I do, I understand. You hear about all these things. You should not be angry, you should not be, you should be very kind. You are the truth, you are Brahman, you are forget. Right? But suppose sometimes you see it for yourself. Yes, that's true. You remember, listen carefully. But when you do, do means what? Doing means what? As I told you about experience. If you listen to this talk, you'll forget. But suppose you see your own experiences, you'll remember a little. But suppose you do it, deliberately I'm making a difference there. But suppose you do it, meaning seeing is an experience, listening is an experience, seeing can stop with your closing the eyes, listening can stop, ears go deaf, experiencing continues. And when you go to the level of your thought, no seeing, no hearing, no touching, no tasting, no smelling by the sense organs, but experiencing the thought continues. So that the experiencing means what? Being conscious of the thought. Even if thoughts are not there, experiencing never goes away. I do, I understand. Who can escape this? Tell me, please. But if you say, to do this, you shouldn't see that, you shouldn't look at that, you shouldn't do this. Conditions apply. To be yourself, conditions apply. To see something, conditions apply. Are you getting that point? To see something, conditions apply. Your eyes must be free from cataract, object must be there, conditions apply. To hear something, conditions apply. To touch something, conditions apply. To taste something, conditions apply. To smell something, conditions apply. Experiencing sight, conditions apply. Your eyes must be right. Experiencing hearing, conditions apply. Your ears must be there. Experiencing, what conditions apply? That is why in Sanskrit, it is Anubhava Swarupatvat. Atma, Aham, Atma, the self, Anubhava Swarupa. It is the nature of experience, Anubhava. Anubhava Swarupa. In Sanskrit, Anubhava, English word is forget, don't worry about that. Anubhava means simple, you can make a word. Anu means paschat. Bhuva bhavami. Anubhavami. Bhavami. Anubhavami. Think of it. Anubhava. Seeing, please see. Behind every perception, I am there. First I am, then only seeing, hearing, tasting, touching. Ramo gacchati, simple language. Ramo gacchati, Rama walks. Lakshmana anugacchati, he follows. First bhavami, now I am, then anubhavami. First I am, then only see, hear, taste, touch. See, hear, taste, think. But so-called sensations, so-called experiences have become more important than the being, who you are. Anubhava means which comes later on. What comes later on is Anubhava, like experiencing. Whereas yourself, Anubhava Swarupa, meaning it doesn't come later on. First it comes in whose presence every experience is experienced. In every sensation, you are present, right or wrong. In every sight, consciousness. Every thought, consciousness. Every touch, consciousness. Every smell, consciousness. Every taste, consciousness. Every sound, consciousness. Meditation. Seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling, thinking may not be there, but you are always there. In a world, in a society, in education, in information, blitzkrieg, where the emphasis is always given on sensations. What do you say? Yesterday I went and had that Italian food. The taste, man, the taste. That means you guys have not tasted anything what I tasted, right or wrong? Everybody wants to be exclusive. Hey, yes, what is that? Krishna ni vegame varo. Everybody sings, but the lady, what is her name? Subhalakshmi, the way is... means you guys have lost out, I am the only one who got something. What did you teach? What did you touch? What did you touch? I am married to Miss Universe, Mr. Universe. Exclusive trophy wife, trophy husband, trophy car. What car you are doing? This is. Have you ever touched a Lamborghini? I own. Private jet. Best house overlooking the sea. This is the currency. This has gained currency. Exclusive. In religion, same thing. I experienced something, the rainbows entered into my mouth. You listen to those fancy experiences. No? I sat there, the whole body, it went like an earthquake. And blue light, green light, every light flashed. One white light entered into me. What are all things people talk? Everything disappeared. So you make yourself exclusive. Other people try to imitate you. They are making it conditional. Are you getting that point, please? You destroy. Already we are lost in the so-called secular world, trying to be exclusive, and religious makes you much more exclusive. Only one guy. Only one guy. Very, very rare. When he was born, the whole world, there was spring season. When he was born, stars moved. When he was born, the oceans roared. When he was born, the blind got back the sight. These are the associations with extraordinary holy incarnations, messengers and messiahs and all that. Special people. So when you think, when you are born, what happened? Mother alone was suffering inside the dark room and not even an assistant, a nurse to help her out or help. Nobody. When I was born, my mother fainted. So what type of wisdom you gonna have? Think of it. No, it's not a joke, friends. So just like you try to make exclusive experiences in the secular world, in the religious world, when they talk about their experiences, most religious organizations will do that. They will give you some 5 minutes training or 10 minutes exercise or 1 hour sitting down or 1 week looking at the wall, then say, experience talk. What is that experience talk? Experience talk means each one will kill each other to be more exclusive than the other. What I had, you didn't have. What do? You must be a mullah for it. Then only is fantastic. Mullah, one day was sitting in his house, okay, on the veranda. There are some 2-3 guests who are passing that way. The mullah being generous, Sir, where are you coming from? Oh, from neighboring city. Ah, please come, have some food. The fellows are very impressed. Ah, he's such a nice man, huh? In a strange place, somebody comes you for lunch means you are very impressed. So they said, okay, they came in. And the mullah told his wife, you have nothing in the house and you are inviting everybody. All right, do it. So somebody organized, it was late afternoon, they had some little food. And then the mullah said, but you must have the halwa. The most exotic, fragrant halwa, Arabian sweet. The name of it intoxicated the visitors. And this lady was also started preparing the halwa. This fragrance wafting through. Yeah. Everybody was going crazy, intoxicated. Then 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, the fragrance is coming but the halwa is not coming. So they were asking, Mullah, what happened to halwa? Halwa cannot be eaten now, it must cool down. Next morning only it becomes best. They know that's right. So okay, but there is a condition applied. Tomorrow morning, whoever has the best dream, he will have the halwa. Whoever has the best dream, he will share the halwa. So all of them went to sleep thinking of the halwa. Morning when they got up, quickly they all cleaned up, washed up their face and mouth and everything and all that, brushed their teeth. So, what is the halwa? Mullah said, no problem, tell me your dream. So one fellow says, oh, in the dream I went there to the heavens and I saw Allah, the God. I mean, that is the ultimate dream, no? What else after God, what? I saw the Allah. So next fellow says, I had a dream, I went to heaven, I saw the Allah and he talked to me. He called me. So that is little one step forward. You go and see him is different and he calling him is different. So, more superior. The third fellow said, I went there, I saw Allah and he took me and put me on his lap. That is out of the world now. Calling and putting in your lap, that's a different thing, no? Three fellows, that dream's over. Then Mullah, they asked Mullah, so what about your dream? He said, last night I had a dream. I also went to heaven, Allah, I saw Allah, and he told me, Mullah, go and eat that halwa now. So I have finished the halwa. So he is the most exclusive person. This is what in religious fields they do that. Experience talk means what? They'll kill each other. Having paid the money, if you say you did not get an experience, you will make an idiot out of yourself. Psychologically, it is very, very exploiting. This is not an exclusive experience. This is all-inclusive, normal, natural, universal thing that you are Anubhava Swarupa. That is your nature. Nobody can escape that. What you can escape, or there can be a variable, is what you see, I may not be seeing. What you have touched, I might not touched. What you have tasted, I might not tasted. What you have smelled, I have not smelled. What you know, I may not be knowing in the relative world. But absolute knowledge, self-knowledge, consciousness, Anubhava Swarupa, experience, one and the same for all of us. Socialism at the absolute level. Who is superior? Whose follower are you? Are you a follower? Truth doesn't admit following. Truth admits being. In truth there is only being. There is no following the truth. Understand? To experience a sight, listen carefully, to experience a sight, taste, touch, to own it, I must be there to say, I tasted it. But if you look at it, listen carefully, not see. You can own up an experience. You see, then you can say, I saw this. Touched, I touched this. But you can't say. If you say, when you say, I saw this thing, it's a description. My body is there, eyes are there, object is there. I can see this. But suppose say, I am consciousness. What are you going to talk about? You don't need to speak anything there. And even if you speak, others will not understand. In a sense, each person sees it in himself. He is the truth for himself. And there is nothing exclusive about it. There is nothing to be organized. To see Himalayas, you must go to see Himalayas. To listen to that sound of the particular waterfall, you have to go there. To touch something, you must go there. To be yourself, where should you go? What place? Being yourself. This is absolute self-confidence. Nobody can take it away. Are you getting that? Who I am is so beautiful, I don't want to be somebody else. What is boredom? Boredom means what I am doing is less interesting than what I want to do, right? What is boredom? Boredom is what I am doing is less interesting than what I want to do. What is frustration in life? Who I am is less interesting than what I want to be. Simple way. What is frustration? Who is a frustrated fellow? Who I am is less important than what I want to be. Who I am is poor, what I want to be is rich. Who I am is rich, what I want to be is renunciate. Depends on your conditioning. Who I am is not knowing any, standing on the head or tail. What I want to be is, I want to stand on my toe. Something like that. Who I am is uneducated, what I want to be is educated. So you are frustrated. Listen carefully. Who is fulfilled? Who I am is so interesting, I don't want to be anybody else. Who I am is so interesting, so fulfilling, love and happiness and fulfillment, that I don't want to be anybody else or anything else. And who is like that? Everybody also is like that. So everybody, I am comfortable in everybody's company. Everybody may or may not feel comfortable in my company, but I am comfortable in everybody's company. Jale jalam, jale jalam, taile tailam. Water in the water, oil in the oil. Mix, invisible, lost. Who I am is so interesting that I don't want to be somebody else. Boredom is, what I am doing is less interesting than what I want to do. But suppose you enjoy what you are doing, where is the boredom? Since I am who I am is so interesting, whatever I do, that also is, I enjoy doing it. Because there is no more conditions apply. If I do this only, I will be better than what I am. No. Which is the best car that I have? What is the best body? My body. The best house? My house, 1 bedroom flat in Tondiarpet. You know, it just doesn't matter. What is the best house? Where I live. What is the best body? Mine. What is the best food? On my plate. Not that you are blind. You want to work for better, but not for happiness' sake. I am happy to have this. I am happy to have also 5-star dinner. Can I afford it? Fantastic. Cannot afford it? Excellent. Who can touch you? Absolute freedom. What dress you should put on? Nowadays in the religious field also, designers' dresses everybody is putting now. Designer dress. Designer clothes, designer pagadi, designer watches, designer this. What is it? Put some fancy dress, some nonsense. You know, one Kopina is good enough. But in these days of designer dress, Kopina will be another designer thing. You know. Sometimes it may come back, you know, it may return because many things are coming back. So suddenly Kopina is a fashion statement, fashionistas. Okay? They can put in a Kopina and come out, no problem. Right? The truth, the absolute, who you are, has nothing to do with what dress you wear, what thoughts you have. Listen carefully. What thoughts you have, what words you speak, what actions done, you cannot equate them with your wisdom. Your wisdom being who it is infallible, universal, inescapable, immediate. That is you, that is me, that is everyone. So while greeting somebody, you can see you are a good photographer. Yes, you can appreciate the things that he has, but don't be oblivious to the fact as to who he is. A camera doesn't take photograph. Your body doesn't make you. Your body is needed. Your thought is needed. Sense organs are needed. Roles are needed. But who you are is most important. Who feels every role, feels every thought, feels up every sensations, fills up every experience of life. Okay? Absolute confidence. You find it in yourself. If your confidence is somewhere else, you can be destroyed. Understand? If your confidence comes from your riches, riches can be taken away. Your confidence comes from your faith, that can be taken away. So when you come to the teacher, you don't want to come to transfer your confidence to the teacher. That is the right teacher who helps you to be self-confident. Not that the teacher is your confidence. Not the scripture is your confidence. Not the practice is your confidence. Then the moment it is challenged, your confidence is challenged. No, I expect my father to be in this way, so that if my father is like that, I am the son of a great father. Wonderful. You are already making yourself fragile. Are you getting that point? I am confident because of myself. Not because my teacher is great, or scripture is great, or the book is great, or the good is, the God is great, or the money is great. No. Have you come to the teacher to transfer your sense of confidence to the teacher? If your confidence is in your faith, somebody can rattle your faith, challenge your faith, and you are finished. In this, when you know yourself being who you are, unchallenged, you can stand any challenge, because who you are is not dependent on anything that you have. No person can challenge it, even time cannot challenge it. Time takes away your body. You are still immortal. Any other thing you lost is what is that you lose? Hindi they say, "Kya laya tha jo kho diya." What is that you brought that you lost? Everything is here, left out. If you thought is your confidence, memory lost, people say, no, these days I am forgetting everything. As long as you don't forget yourself, that's good enough. And you cannot forget yourself. Understand? Forgetting means what? Listen, forgetting means what? Remembering means what? Remember. What is remembering? Thought is there. You remember. If the thought is not there, you forgot. Why did you come to pick me up in the railway station? Completely forgot. Meaning the thought didn't come up. So if thought comes up, you remember. If the thought doesn't come up, you forget. So can you choose to forget? When you choose to forget, you have very well remembered. Are you getting that point? So usually forget means thought doesn't come up. Here in case of self-knowledge, when the thought is, it reminds you who you are. When the thought is not, that is what you are. So thoughts are as beautiful as in the absence of thought. So can you forget yourself? What is that self if it can be forgotten? Ishvara. Fantastic. Confidence, absolutely. Be that. So when you do it, you understand. Meaning consciously. Be with yourself. It's not a doing like other doing, okay? It's not like that. You see it more and more. That is why Tatkathanam, Tatchintanam, Anyunya Tat Prabodhanam, until it becomes very effortless. Tatkathanam, talk about it. Tatchintanam, think about it. Anyunya Tat Prabodhanam, mutually discuss these things. Then you know are sure for yours, you are absolutely sure that it is effortless, ever existing, inescapable at all times. So your confidence is the highest. And there is no comparison, therefore you are not greater than somebody or smaller than somebody. So beautiful. Close your eyes.